Hi, Eric Gibaud, Gibaud.com, and like promised in the monthly tips, I'm going to show you my home studio, okay? Home because I live in this another part, okay? But what gear do I use? The space, all this, and I will illustrate this video with some making of pictures and video I made this morning with Ruth. El Sombrero de Ruth. I'll leave you a link if you look for her in Instagram or social networks. And also I will show you another space I will use very soon, okay? So let's start. For me, the most important part is the height, okay? Here I've got 2.70 meters because this is an old house. Normally, nowadays they do like 220, 230, rarely 240. So having this extra 50-40 centimeters is great. Like right now you can see I've got this giraffe with an octobox here. It doesn't even touch the ceiling. I still can light exactly as I want. I really love it. For me, this is the most important part in the photography space is the height. So you can really light from the top, okay? Then many people think that the width is important too. Well, for me, that's enough. The width, I've got more than enough. I've got even some space for Dakota, my small dog there, okay? So great. And the length, okay? For me, the ideal minimum length is 7 meters. Here I don't have 7 meters because there is a staircase space, so I'll lose some space. I've got 5 meters 70, okay? Which is not bad. I can still do full body. Yes, I'm not on the ideal 85 millimeter full frame equivalence in this case, but still this is acceptable. And for half body or 3/4 or headshot, that's fine, okay? But still, I can still do full body shot, okay? So I'm happy with that, okay? So I'm going to tell you the gear I have, how I set it up, and show you a few things I've done, okay? But really, I'm really happy this space for me is really good. So what setup do I have here? Here I've got a Westcott FJ400 with the Octobox L, which is 120 centimeters on a boom here, okay? There I've got, behind the grid strip, I've got an FJ200 by Westcott. The grid is Godox because, well, I don't have any Westcott strip box. Please, Westcott, send me one day, okay? I really love your gear, you know that, okay? And there I've got the FJ80 that I used sometime this morning to light the hair or the back, depends, okay? So I've got 400 watts, 200 watts, 80 watts, okay? Obviously, if I wanted to lit a white background, that would not be enough light with this, okay? To get it white, I've got more flashes there. I wish I had more by Westcott. Another 400 FJ400 would be great for that, or another 200, okay, that will be fine, okay? And there I've got a bar to put a backdrop. I've got fabric backdrop. I will tell you in a second about them because many people ask me what's about the backdrops, okay? And here I also have Waylight LED lights that I reviewed a couple of years ago in my channel to lit me so you can see me, and I will also use it to actually record some tuition and courses and things like this I will publish soon, okay? And also if I do some live shooting on YouTube, I'm probably lit to show what I'm doing, okay? I've got more than one of this, okay? So that's great. So now I'm going to tell you about the fabrics because many people ask me what sort of backdrops, what could you use or not use, all this, okay? So the backdrop, there are several options: paper, vinyl, fabrics, okay? Paper is great, depends what you want to do. There are many different colors. The width is normally 275 centimeters, so wide enough, okay? When we speak about paper, it all depends how you're going to use it. If you want it to go down on the floor, you're going to work on it, stain it, and we'll have to cut, so you always waste a lot of paper, okay? If it's just backdrop for off body or headshot, then this is no problem, okay? But take into account that paper is costly to use, okay? And for me, that I live in the Canary Islands, it's really heavy. They need to send it via a boat, so it's a lot more expensive than normal. So for me, this is not an option I like. I had paper in the past, but I don't want anymore because it's too costly. Okay. You have vinyl. Vinyl is great. You can actually wash it, work on it with the heels if you want. That's really nice, but it's really expensive. It's also expensive to transport because of where I am. So if you're in a place where there's no transport problem, that's fine, okay? But it's more expensive, but it's really solid and it lasts for many years. So if I was doing a lot of white background, for example, I would probably buy a white vinyl and use it for many years, okay? But I don't know much of this kind of background, white background, so I don't want to buy that. I don't use it enough, okay? And also that not that many colors in a roll of vinyl, okay? Then you have the fabrics, okay? There are a lot of type of fabrics. There is one that is really nice. I really like it because it's affordable. This one is called loneta in Spanish. I don't know how you call it in English. Normally you use it for this beach chair. It's a bit thinner, this one, okay, a bit thinner. But it's affordable. There are many colors here. I've got it in red, blue, green, yellow. I've got some white also. That's really nice. It's 3.50 meters, I think, or 2.80, I'm not sure, wide, so it's wide enough, okay? Then you can use other kind of fabrics, like this one. This is like this, mesh, you know, okay, kind of mesh, okay? Really nice. But the problem, I didn't buy it for backdrop, okay? I used it in outdoor photography with a girl and it was in the wind flying. We can still use it as backdrop. The only problem is that it's not really wide. It's like 1.20 meters, this one, something like this. So for one person, that's fine. For two, that's complicated. Or if she extends the hand, that's a problem. Okay, so I actually made some strange way of placing it to be fine, okay? Here I've got some in red also, okay? And here I've got one that is bicolor, in Spanish call it tornasol, I don't know how you call it in English. This is more bluish this side and more purple this one. Here I've got also one that is a bit more pinkish here. Okay, a bit more salmon on the other side, okay? But that's fine. I mean, this is anything you want, any kind of fabrics you can use, okay? And by the way, you need some support to have this, whether it's a roll of paper, roll of vinyl, whatever. This is a transportable one. As you can see, I place it here. I can then push it up this way, okay? Up to the ceiling, okay? So that's okay. What kind of size you need for your fabrics? Well, actually the width, for me, the ideal minimum is 2 meters wide, okay? But the length, I recommend 5 meters. So you have 250, yeah, dropping from the ceiling, go on the floor, and then the person can stand on the fabrics, and you have like a cyclorama picture. You have the full shot with your backdrop and floor, okay? Of course, if you do half body or headshot, you don't need that long, but I recommend 5 meters is really fine, okay? This is the only one I've got that is 5 meters. These all were 5 meters before, I mean the blue one also, and that looks shorter, okay? Well, long story short, someone cut part of it and used it for something else. So that's why I don't have 5 meters anymore, okay? But still, if you're going to buy fabrics, try to get 5 meters long if you're doing full body shot, okay? The only problem with fabrics is wrinkles. So there's several options. The first one, if you cannot go against your enemy, join and use the wrinkles. It's your style, okay? Second option is to have like an iron that can blow steam vertically, and when it's placed, you blow the steam and get the wrinkles out, okay? Other option is to use Photoshop and clean it, and other is to iron it flat before you place it, okay? But still, you need to know that the good thing about fabrics is washable, but it will wrinkle. So you have to know this and how to organize, how to fold it properly, and still you will have some folding marks, all this. But still, I prefer fabrics. Why? Because I've got many more options. And when I travel, if I see something that is cheap, affordable, I get it. Like this one, always ask for prices also anywhere you go. Like this red one I bought yesterday, it cost me €7 a meter. I got it in one place, but before asking another one, it was €12. So always ask. This one, I was traveling Granada, south of Spain, and I got it for 50 cents, 50 euro cents a meter, which is really cheap, okay? So if you look around, there are always some great fabrics, and it means you can do things that are different than other photographers. Getting a red is easy, okay? But getting this one, not everyone will have it, or anything you want, okay? So fabrics, for me, is the best option for what I do. You may think different, okay? Obviously, but I speak about what I do, okay? So these were for the fabrics. Add to my gear my flash meter, my Seconic flash meter. I actually presented it on my YouTube channel. Here's the link, okay? I know some people don't need it, but I prefer to have it. Even with one light, I prefer to know how much gets to the model and how much to the backdrop, okay? If I've got more than one flash, well then even more, because I want to know the main light, I want to know the side one, the kicker, or the backdrop lighting, whatever. And for me, it's a lot easier using a flash meter to know exactly what's getting on each part and how it's going, okay? So some people don't use it, they do what they want, okay? But I tell how I do it. So yes, I use a flash meter. Now I'm going to tell you something that is really important, a sentence you should memorize. If when you make picture with a flash in a studio like this, or even on the street, but flash out of your camera, if the flash softbox doesn't bother you, then you are not lighting properly. Many people place a flash so they have space to put their camera and move around. That's not the way it works. The flash lighting should go where it has to go. And this is your job to find a way for your camera to go through. So maybe you stick it against the softbox, whatever, and place your camera where you can, okay? But if it bothers you, then you're going right. You're doing good, okay? Sometimes you want to have the full body shot and nothing in front of it. Well, in this case, you may put two flash units on each side, 45 degrees or 30 degrees pointing towards the person, but that's more costly because you need two flashes all this. It's not the style I like, but in case you wanted that, you wouldn't have to do that, okay? But that's normal, that some gear bothers you, okay? That's normal, okay? And one thing that is really important, very often you will be stuck against a softbox and you will see some flare or some kind of milky aspect of your picture. This is because your flash is side lighting your lens. So it's really important. You always use the sun hood. Always place it on, okay? Otherwise, sometimes you will not notice a flare, but you will notice less contrast, okay? This is why, okay? So always use the sunshade, always. Also, when you shoot in a studio, that's completely normal that you will see some light stand or this bar that isn't high enough, and or you see some flash softbox, whatever on your picture. That's normal. It always happens, okay? So this is something you will have to fix in post-production. It's not, oh, I don't want to have the softbox here, I'm going to push it away. Then you change the way you're lighting, okay? So it has to go where it has to go. And then what's important that it doesn't overlap your model, okay? If you see the flash unit that is just here, you see the softbox just here, but it doesn't overlap my arm, no problem. I will erase it in post-production, okay? Use the software you want, but do it. That's completely normal. In studio, there are always things that will appear on the picture, like light stand, all this, and you just clone it and erase it however you want, okay? But you do it in post-production. That's normal. For me, one of the best things you can buy for studio photography is this boom, giraffe, they call it in Spanish, I don't know how you call it in English, a boom, okay, a boom, okay. Get that. This is the best way to front light the person and still have nothing in front of that person because it comes sideways, okay. So this is great. You can, from the top, have space in front, nothing overlaps the model. You don't have to erase a light stand that crosses a foot or feet, sometimes both of them, okay? So this is really a good purchase, okay? So that different kind of there are different types. I recommend you buy one that is strong enough to bear a heavy flash, okay? And this is metal counterweight in there, but sometimes it's sand, that different type, okay? But buy this. This is the best thing I've ever bought. I even use it sometimes outdoor, okay? Great purchase. If you don't have everything right now, you just have one flash unit, you don't have any backdrop, you don't have a ceiling high enough, all this, doesn't matter. Start, okay? You don't have any backdrop? Well, use the wall, that's fine. If you be a bit further, it will be gray or really dark or really white if you're close to it. So it all depends, okay? You don't have any paper or whatever backdrop or fabrics, doesn't matter. Start with something, okay? You just have one flash unit. Well, some people always use just one flash, some people use 2, some 3, some 5, some 10. It all depends, okay? But don't abandon, do with what you have, okay? Then you develop your style, or you feel that now you can not afford the second flash or whatever, okay? And you go building your kit. And sometimes you don't want to build anything, you just keep what you have and you're happy. Your enemy is now your ally, and what was a limit at the beginning, now it's a start. So don't worry, don't worry. If you don't have everything from day one, you can start anywhere with what you have, okay? So no worry. In this space, here you have all the cardboard from the furniture. I unpacked all this, okay? This is all going to the bin. But here I'm going to have the house living room. That will be my private living room in one way, but also a photography space where I'm going to have I don't call that, a sofa that is also a bed, okay? That when my elder daughter comes, she can use it, okay? And also we'll have some armchairs, some decoration, all this, because I want to make a lifestyle space for photography. When you are in the studio part, if you're having a coffee standing against a backdrop, well, that's not really special. But if you're sitting in a nice armchair, on a sofa, or whatever, that looks a lot better, okay? So this space will be like halfway Almodovar or David LaChapelle. I want to have bright colors, crazy things, all this. We'll see, okay? I'm not sure yet, but this is the idea, to have a lifestyle area, because I think that will bring some things interesting for my photography and for what I can do, okay? So that's the future of this space. Don't look at the mess, okay? This is my YouTube space. I set it the other day, the table of this, while I was recording the 7 tips of the month, okay? I've got all this stuff on the floor. I don't know if you see it. It's all here because I got it out of a box, a locker where it was, okay? And I brought some from my RV, okay? So here's the space. So now I've got 3 spaces. This one for YouTube recording, live, things like this. Then I've got the studio space, and there I've got my private living room that is also a photography space, lifestyle photography space. So it's all connected, all next door. So really fantastic for me. Don't worry, I will keep doing outdoor shooting also. No problem. I will do because many people ask for it. So I will keep going in more RV, things like this. But for many works and jobs, I think it would be easier for me to be here, okay? So thank you so much for watching the video. If you feel it may interest other people, please share it on social networks. If you have not done it yet, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Small button down here, it's a small bell. If you click on the bell, you will get notified when I upload a new video. My website, Gibaud.com. If you have any question, can leave a comment below. I'll also leave you links of my gear on Amazon, links of everything I reviewed by K&F Concept, Sandmarc, and Flashes by Westcott, more affiliated links, and also a link to my PayPal account in case you wanted to make a donation. Thank you very much. Please take care of yourself and see you soon. Bye.